Hey guys and gals, this is going to be the last build installment for Dry Bowser Castle Battle by LEGO Super Mario. This is set number 71423. Contains 1,321 bricks, retails for $109.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. And last installment, we did all this, well, a bunch of accessories, figures, and this thing I think is supposed to be the main entry point into the castle. And we haven't put anything together yet. It's just a bunch of accessories at this point. And the last installment I mentioned I was starting to get bored with this set. Today I just want it out of here. That kind of tells you stuff there. And this thing here still does it. You know, I just want to get it done, review it, and move on to. I want to get on to my own projects. So let's move all this. I mean, we have a bunch of stuff built, but nothing's finished. You know, it's. I don't know, when I'm doing the review on this, I'm just going to let it be known that I just lost interest in it. It's just, honestly, more and more looking at this, it's kind of a junky build. I mean, the chains were pretty cool we did last time, but for the most part, I'm mostly focused on building accessories. So, let's begin with bag 10. And yeah, just want it out of my life. Alright, I got up this morning and did some work today. Today is the 25th of July 2023. And yeah, I just want to kind of finish this up. And yeah, we're going to be working through the slow manual today. It's one piece at a time. Sometimes we'll do up to 2 or 3, but most of the time it's 1 or 2. I haven't yet to seen 4 pieces in here. Like we're going to put 2 pieces, but there's only 1 lot. And so far, this build here, the way it's broken down, it could possibly be built with a few friends, but you'd have to read ahead in the manual. You know, I'm kind of just not in the mood to do this. So Jay, why don't you just stop and not worry about it, you know, just do something else. Well, I got other things I want to do than worry about, you know. I just want to get this one behind me because I can't start another set. But this is the largest out of all the sets that I've got in terms of Super Mario. And I think why it's not really appealing to me, it's not really the color scheme. You know, it is kind of dark in the sense of what it is, but it's just because I know it's incomplete, and it's just like, why build it? But I'm just going to unbox them for the parts and just do the builds real quick for content and commentary and updates and stuff like that. And just trying to get everything done here is just kind of a pain. So the build experience on this for adults is very, very slow. And I mean, I'm honest with Lego. I'm like, I was bored, you know. I mean, versus like, you know, like I said, I was comparing with Monkey Kid. I wasn't interested in the thing, but it was exciting. Some of the dream sets were kind of cool to put together, you know, because, you know, just because those were complete. This is like, I'm just putting, but I think it's also the building guide too, because I'm just putting one piece on at a time. I'm doing more screen, I'm looking at the screen more than I'm actually doing this. I know some of you already have told me that you're kind of like disgusted with these, and yeah, these sets are, and I mean, I don't care if Lego gets mad. These are disgusting. I don't know why they designed them the way they did. I don't know. It's like you got all these nice parts, and we're building, you know, for better terms, some junky set. I'm like, man, I could build a full-fledged castle with this and have fun with it. You know, some people say I complain too much. Do you want me to complain, or do you want me to? I had one person told me want me to make my reviews more positive. And I thought, well, okay, well, here's a YouTube channel that you can watch for those. Now, if I want to, I should just make a spin-off on doing reviews and just make it all positive comments. So let's say it's a set like this, it gets a failing grade, it's not possible. I would just say, well, here's the Super Mario set, there it is, and we would just talk about the features, and that's it. I would not put my opinion or anything like that in the video. I mean, that's what a review is for, you know. Let's take a look. Let's explore the features and we'll talk about them, you know. I mean, this, does it look like it's playable right now? This thing looks like a mess. I can't say for any degree of accuracy, is this a playable model? So, I'm trying to rearrange some stuff so I can make doing the video stuff a little more easy to do in terms of, well, let me guess, we're supposed to do this twice, right? We'll do it right now because I have a feeling that's going into that track. That's exactly what we're doing. And yeah, I do kind of feel like ranting about stuff today. But yeah, I'm trying to make it easier for when I do videos and stuff like that. I'm more organized, trying to get things going and to where I can get things done in half the time. When I submit paperwork into Lego, before it took me about, like reviewing a set like this would take about 40 minutes for the paperwork. Now I got it down to half that time. So just imagine if you got 20 sets and that's about 40 minutes, it adds up real quick. It becomes like a full-time job. That goes in like that. Okay, so we got a gear here. Oh, okay, I see what it does. They use the studs, though. Okay, I was like, what are they doing here? So they use the studs as like a flat gear. Like a flat, I don't know what they're called, but yeah, if I sound whiny, it's just allergies, guys and gals. We'll just have to get used to it because I have bad allergies. And, yeah. What I'm going to try to do is get things a little more efficient. Like I was going through some of my older videos today and I thought, man, I miss doing all the fun tutorials. It's like I get up, I do just more, I spend more time doing reviews now than I do even the fun stuff. The fun stuff is what gets the views, but is this fun to me? You know, not really. You know, I'm being honest. Doing reviews in general, it's just, it depends on the set. This is one of those sets that I kind of wish I could just get rid of. I won't be able to get rid of this for a while. And now it shows you can go out now. Okay, cool. And it tells you to put it back in. And we have to bring out the big castle piece. It's buried in here. When this set started off, it started off okay, but it's basically accessories and junk now. And you shouldn't have to feel like this about a set, but it just for me. Where does that even go? Oh, it goes on the top here. You know what? It looks like this is almost... Is this modular? Or is there going to be a pin that goes in there? Okay. So it looks like these are going to go in here. Like that. And then we're locking this thing in. I thought it was going to be modular, so, you know, there is some parts of this set that you can build with a friend. Yeah. Oh, it's just one peg. I hope I got the peg in the right hole. I have it in the opposite one. How critical is it? And how the F do you get those out of there? Oh, that's how you do it. I don't know how critical it is, and I don't want to have to go back and redo it. I just want it out of my life so I can do something else. Yeah, let's get through all the animations. So yeah, if you're an adult into this theme, I'm just going to forewarn you, these are boring. I mean, they're not the most exciting builds. Alright. I'm trying to think of any stories to tell today that are... get my mind off how slow these are. I know I'm starting to slip on subs on this channel. Maybe it's the rantiness, I don't know. Now I know when I go and edit this video, I'll have to edit all the sniffles and stuff out. When I started, I wasn't stuffy, but sometimes it just hits me like that. I know the air quality hasn't been very well. Yeah, I got a couple more days of dealing with this mop on my head. And it's bye-bye to it. Hopefully by then I'll be close to finishing up the reviews on this stuff. If I get this one done today, it means by the end of this week I'll have another one done. Because they're going to get shorter as they go. I may just... there's another one that's only got a possible up to 2 installments. Make sure your flange goes up against the brick here. I'm going to tell you right now, though, this set, you're not going to be able to easily pick it up. I just noticed the highlights around the bricks, the graphics pulsate. So you get to see that that's the next brick there. A lot of these parts we're putting on here are not even related. Like this part here could have been built in a sub-step or something. But no, we're going to have to do one part at a time. Again, slow go. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I mean, I got all this stuff here and I'm working in one little corner. It was like that one set I was working on, one of those city sets you were working on. The way it was set up in such a way that I had to work in one little corner of the workbench. I couldn't even get to the other stuff. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get the review done here. Now I may have to get the turntable to put this stuff on when we're ready to assemble it, because I don't want to move it too many places, because I have a feeling this is going to be something very brittle that if we look at it, it'll fall right apart. Because I have not put together one piece on this. It's just a bunch of small parts at this point. Kind of reminds me of an old Minecraft set. I mean, the old ones. I mean, like, just kind of piecing this here, do a little bit there, and then when you're done, you got this whole entire... Oh, wow, we're actually doing mirrors? Wow, Lego. They actually have me do a mirror here. But we're... Why don't you just tell me to make... Oh, no, we're not doing a mirror. We're just doing it like this. Never mind. Yeah, I think I know what's causing the sniffles. Let me go put that up. Okay, yeah. It was the rag I was using to dust in here, and it smelled like tobacco because I had to clean that damn vacuum down, and I had to end up getting a new one. I was like, what in the heck is that? What's causing me to get my nose all running? And I was smelling it just like it was over here. Yeah, that rag was just sitting down here. I was cleaning all this up over here, wiping down the walls, and it stunk so bad, and I thought, oh, this has got to go. Put it in the washer again. If it does, if I can't get that smell off of it, it just has to get chucked. I will never loan vacuums to family ever again. You want to send me back a smoker special, that's fine, but I'm never doing that again. I won't loan anything out after that. I don't care if it's an outdoor plant. I was like, man, hopefully I'll clear up here in a few minutes. Hope there's not any tobacco smokers that get offended over that, but my goodness. Just the smell alone just gets me nauseous and sick. It's not like cannabis smoke where cigarette smoke just lingers. It just, you can't get rid of it. It's all those pollutants that they put in it. Okay, so just put one here. That's all it's telling me to do. And I don't know what we're doing. We're just doing one or two pieces at a time. When you're doing two pieces, it's usually just to start off a step. And then it's just kind of boring at this point. Like, I'm just sitting here right now putting this together, wishing I was doing something else. Now let's just keep doing the one piece at a time. We're almost done with bag 10. We're only going to be doing bags 10, 11, 12 today, and that's it. Nothing else. That's it for the build. And I'm not sure what we're building here. Yeah, but speaking of tobacco, I have a friend that is a heavy smoker. I mean, and he's probably 10 years younger than I am, you know. And we'll go out on a jog, and he's out of breath within like 10 minutes. Like, not even that long. And I'm like, dude, come on, keep up. Dude, I need to stop. I'm like, you need to stop smoking that stuff in order to catch up. I'm like, dude, I'm 10 years older than you, and I'm in better health. I mean, come on now. Better yet, take them on a long hike going uphill. My legs will give out, but I'm not like where I'm, you know, oh, something broke. Oh, the chains broke. Well, I can't, you know, I may start dinging. Wow, that just disintegrated. I don't know why they did that. Why don't they just stuck a whole entire 3-stud long shaft in there? I gotta stop what I'm doing to fix it. In fact, how'd that even break in the first? Okay, let me fix this shit real quick. You know what? If anything else breaks on this, I'm going to go into negative scores. Like, I'm just going to hardcore it. Just say, okay, it's a minus 20. That means it'll be less than a 0. Alright. Said if it broke again, that was it. So we're going to minus it down to 12. Minus 12. My rating scale is only up to 10. No, we'll minus it down to 2. So it'll be a minus 2. If I have to stop what I'm doing, I'm trying to get these done. I want to do my own stuff, and this shit has to break apart. Sometimes I like to meet the designers. I don't know what happened here. I mean, this is so loose, but I can't even get mine to do that. Do I have to pull up the building guide again? Do I have to go do that? Or do I have to modify it and put my own parts in there? If I do, it'll be minus 100, and that'll be the end of that. Sounds like... Okay, if I have to provide my own parts to fix a mess that Lego has made, it's an instant minus 100. Now I'm going to fix it to where this will not fall apart again. I don't know why they didn't do this the first time. So if I have to stop what I'm doing, yeah, I have to fix something that a designer did. This is not my job here. I just want to get it done. This is how it should have been done in the first place. Why didn't we use these? All right. Why do we have to do this goofy, elaborate thing? I don't get it. I don't understand that. I think somebody was trying to save parts, save money. I don't know if it was a budget issue. When I have to stop what I'm doing, yeah, that's a bad thing. Now I stick this in here like this. Maybe it was meant to do that, to make it easy for the builder. I don't know. But we're going to do it my way here. Let's just put this over here. Set those on there. Put this like that. And you just set that down in there. Now look at this. Look at this shit. You can't even pull that apart now unless you really pull it apart to take it apart. Wonder how bad that's going to fall apart. So yeah, I've never had to minus off 100 points before for flaky building, but now I'm starting to get brutal on these. Because like I said, if I have to stop and re-engineer something because it keeps falling apart, yeah, I'll let that be known in the review. And yeah, I'm not nice when I'm doing reviews, especially when they send me a set that's $110 and I have to supply my own minifigure and parts for it. You know, Jay, you're really kind of brutal. Yeah, I'm mean when it comes to that kind of stuff, huh? When I have to stop what I'm doing to redo something that a designer did, yeah, I'm not friendly when it comes to that. Yes, it's more complicated this way. But now, it won't come apart. Minus 100. Not playing games. All I want to do is put this goofy, whatever this thing is, on top of here. Okay, yes, I do sound like I'm cranky today. I'm not cranky by any means. I just don't want to, you know, now how does that even go on there? I'm losing interest so fast in this thing here. Okay, so this kind of just sits down in here. All right, let me see here. Okay, so this just kind of attaches to here. I'm kind of curious what that does now. We're not done yet. I'm making sure we haven't forgot any other pivot points. But that's how the that's how the iPad shows it. So now we can get back on to the build again for the millionth time. And then it shows that it like, is that how it's supposed to be? Okay. There must be some kind of a booby trap, but this thing is so flimsy. Is that how that's supposed to be? Yeah, it's supposed to be rested with this thing closed here. But this thing is so loose, it's like it's ready to break. I mean, it's, unless this other pin's supposed to go on the other side. Let me go back and look here. Because it only showed that one area. Let me go back here. It's not like a paper manual where it's going to take time because I got to go through all the animations and garbage. And this is why I'm hard on these sets. I'm not nice anymore when it comes to reviewing, well, for better terms, a very piss-poor design. I thought it said only just 2 of those, but yeah, it only shows... Let me rotate it here. Does it show one on this side? Yeah, they only... Yeah, you have to put 2 of these in, but it only showed 1. Lego, if I have to, I'll minus 10,000 points just off of a set and just be like, this is probably one of the worst things I've ever built. And it's becoming like that more and more. This just feels kind of... Honestly, this feels like... I wouldn't even say this is even mock quality at this point. Now I got to wait for all the animations just so I can fast forward and go back to where I was. Yep, so if this is taking too long, guys, go ahead and feel free to fast forward through all the rants. I kind of want to just throw in the towel and just get rid of this stupid set, but I'm kind of stuck with it right now. I'm still going through animations. This is for little kids. This is not meant for for impatient adults that just want to get it done and move on to something better. I could be building a camper right now. Yeah, after I got rid of that tobacco rag, my nose is cleared up. It's like, why did it start it all of a sudden? Why did it start it just frequently? And then I was like, I was cleaning a bunch of stuff, but that wouldn't have anything. You think cleaning would actually make it better. So I may have to rewash that again. If the smell doesn't go out, then I'm going to have to toss it. And I'll let my friend have an earful about it. Be like, dude, no more loaning my stuff out. All right, hold on, I'm kind of confused here. All right. I think we have to rotate it like this. Not even a rotation thing in here, so I can't tell. And these go... okay, there's some holes here. It's the top holes. Well, I thought those would have kept that from moving around, but no, it's not. Okay, and then we stick these on here. Okay, and then it tells you to bring it back down again. Let me make sure here. It just tells you to bring it down, but I just spit it out or just do it like that. I mean, it's one of these things that's goofy. What do you do with it? I'm assuming that we're making a key here. Kind of want to play Super Mario again, but maybe after this I may not want to. See, we're doing one part at a time. It's just slow, and there's the key. And then this, let's rotate it around again. Isn't that fun? We're rotating it 5 million times today. And this key sits right in here, right on this platform here. So, and that's what we have remaining for the thing. But we're not done yet because we're going to be starting into bag 11. All right, now we're going to unbag this and see what we have in here. And yeah, when I was going through the parts, it wasn't too exciting. But now building this, yeah, I thought those chains were pretty cool, but no, they were falling apart, so they're not so cool after all. One part on at a time. Oh, we still need this. Hope I got it facing the right way. Making sure you can see it too. Yep, one at a time. I'm only going to guess that it goes over here. You think we'd be building this part first. Yeah, we got to be careful. I haven't modified that chain yet. Lego's going to be, they're going to be crapping in their bridges when I minus it 100 points, but their scale only goes down to 0. I said because I had to supply my own parts and the set just kept falling apart when putting it together. I was losing interest so quick. I started minusing points. They may not take me seriously, but for an unplayable model, I'm going to be hard. Jay, now come on. It's just for kids. Oh, I can imagine little Johnny or little Susie building this, and then they're kind of stuck on how to put something together. Let me pick that up. And they're just going to be like, yeah. This is honestly the instructions is what's making this thing horribly dragged out. I'm not going to quit. I'm not a quitter. But I kind of want to just toss in the towel and just say, nah, I'll just review it as is. Okay. So, once I get done with this turd, I want to just call it a POS would be better, huh? But once I get it done, I'm going to... I got to file some paperwork in today. Stuff's done, but I want to do one final proofread. You all remember in school you had to do proofreading, which was so boring. It's still boring today, but you know what? It's better than submitting stuff with errors and misspelled words, grammatical errors, and then it makes the next thing you know, you have a client who thinks twice about hiring you. Oh, we're still working on it like this. And I guess we're doing one on the other side too. That's exactly what we're doing. Why don't you just tell me to make 2 of these, Lego, instead of just making one? They're both the same. Just rotate one around. You've been doing that. I'm kind of just fed up with this set. It was started off fine. It was just kind of just boring now. See what I can talk about here. Last time I talked about road trips and how exciting it was to do things like that, and I don't know. I kind of miss going for walks around my neighborhood. It's too hot to do it. Even to go for a jog. I'm waiting for fall already, and you can't even go out and play Pokemon Go without getting a heat stroke. You know. And my thumb is finally healing up. Speaking of all that. I'm assuming it goes there. So you just got to wait for all the animations to go through, and yeah. But to keep the score at reasonable level, instead of minusing 100, I had to supply my own parts. I'm gonna minus 5 off of the 0 that I've already given it. But remember, we haven't fully went through it, so I don't know if it's got collaborative builds. I can't say that's a definite thing. Okay. Okay, be careful. This one's kind of weird. They're showing parts floated in the air here. Huh? I'll show you guys. There's no arrows on this, but look, these pieces are just floating in midair. And they don't go to anything. Do I have them in here? No, I don't. Lego, really, what are you doing? Do I have to minus 1,000 now because you can't write up building guides? Seriously? I mean, let me make sure here that I got it facing the right way. But yeah, really, you're confusing me here. Do I have to offer you my services? I got a portfolio and manuals. I'm almost up to 200 manuals written. Yeah, what does those do there? I mean, they're sloped in a different direction. Yeah, I mean, the manual, let's put on one piece at a time, why don't we, huh? Yeah, another one. Let's just do one at a time. I'm sure there's probably one that goes on the other side. No? I think we're going to be building 2 of these here. And Looks like it faces like this. It looks like this goes here with it flush on the top. All right. And then I think we're building another one that's... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Put a little tile on there. Let me back up and make sure. Did I forget that? No, I didn't. They just tell me to leave it off. So I'm assuming it's probably these next here. Yeah, we got to do 3 of them. So this is not quite a mirror here. I was like, why don't we do a mirror? But or it could be something that goes onto this too. Yeah, this just goes onto here. Okay, so we're going to have to do the same thing on the other side. Be careful. Remember that chain on this side here, I haven't improved it, so I'm afraid that's going to break apart. Well, that's kind of nice there with the chain coming out. I mean, that's what it looks like. Doesn't look too bad. I'm sure we're going to finish that off. I think we're doing this side here now. No, we're not. I mean, what is this? The toilet seat? Is that what that is? We don't know. Okay, rotate it. That's really in there. And then now we're working on this side here. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some new projects to do. There's 2 of them that I want to work on. But I don't know if I'll have them done by the end of August. One of them I have figured out. I just have to finish building it. And it was one of those ones that it was like an alternative that I want to do. And I want to get started on it. So I can move some of the August builds to September. And that would take care of, means I would have September almost done. September is like a fall month. I consider it as fall. So September, I think I mentioned this in an earlier video, it's supposed to be bedrooms. I've already done enough bedrooms this year. So, okay, which way we're supposed to face here? So September is going to be, I already got a tutorial planned out for that. I think I got 2 tutorials ready to go for September. But if I move 2 of these August tutorials into September, they'd be more suited for, I mean, they're both related. But if I can do a better job, it means I can just, better job in terms of just substituting that. I would actually have 2 extra videos that I could put in there, which would be more better. It's hard to explain on how I'm doing it. Got to make 4 of these now. Yeah, so how do you write off a review as a job expense when you're not buying the set? How do you do it? My time, lighting, electrical. Okay, so these go on here like this. You may need to readjust those to make them look more like diamonds. I did mine already on here. I centered them up with the notch on the side. Is this thing strong so far? It feels strong. It's just that chain kind of did it for me. I may just keep it at a flat 0 and say this set ain't even worth my time. Just tell them that. Jay, you better be careful. They'll ban you from that stuff. No, I mean, they want to know this stuff. Like when I build a tutorial, a lot of you told me in the past that my tutorials were just long, and anyway, you need to cut them down a little bit to make the tutorials. Like I'll sit there and just build something like this, and I'm just showing you where each piece goes. It's like I'm tiling a floor. Does it need to be? So I'll speed build through it. And a lot of people said they like the speed build through the tiling. And let's say okay, we got to make 4 rows of these walls. You do 2 layers. Okay, we need to do this 3 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it's 2 layers of a wall. And it just saves a lot more time doing the videos. So I started doing that because I listened to what the audience wanted. And now you can't keep me away from doing the speed builds through portions of a build. Because it's no mean to say, okay, we're going to repeat this again. I have to repeat the whole thing all over again. We got some flags we just made here. And I just learned to listen to the fans more and tell them, they tell me what they want. These go right in the center of these tubes. Right about there. So far it's looking pretty good. It's just still junky looking. And that's what we have remaining for bag 11. Okay. That's the last bag is 12. So we're going to not enjoy this one. Let's get it out of here. And at least we're not starting with totally small parts. And you're not done with this piece yet. Like I said, so far we're up to bag 12, and the only thing that's put together is the small accessories. The castle hasn't been built or nothing. So if you're building it up to this point and you're looking at a bunch of random pieces, at this point this is not even a playable model. So if you're looking at it going, geez, I haven't done anything. Yeah, if you're watching this, I haven't done anything either. If you're watching as you're building anyways. If you're watching beforehand, you'll know exactly what's going to happen. This would make a great collaborative build. So it seems like bags, I can't remember. I have to go through the video tours. I think 8 through 12 does this. I'm going to say it's possible up to maybe 2 people to build this comfortably. Gotta find a nose cone and a bearing plate. I got this hair on the side of my head that just keeps falling right in my eye. It's kind of getting annoying, but it's going to be gone here in a few days. Like, it's just irritating me. And I can't find that band that I got. Of course I get, well, why don't you grow out your hair long again? No, that's why I won't. Okay, I'm getting kind of restless here. Because I'm just kind of sitting here and it feels like I'm not getting anything done at this point. I'm looking at this mess going, I've spent, I don't know how long, and it feels like I haven't done anything yet. All right, and then this goes like this. Okay, where it's angled a little bit. You can't really see it, my bad. Remember, this stuff is vertical at this point. I don't want to spend all day messing with the camera, so if there's something you can't see, my apologies. I just want this crap out of here so I can do my own fun stuff. But I'm just ready to get it out of here and review it. Yeah, I've been getting kind of ranty lately. I need to find those other scenic videos. Just to... Oh yeah, I was watching... Oh god, it was something on the History Channel the other night. Well, online. I don't even own a TV that will play history. About Doomsday. And I thought, oh, those would be kind of fun builds to do in Lego. I can imagine that starting up a bunch of controversy, but just to read about it and all that stuff. I was just watching a video while I was just kind of cleaning up around the house and stuff. And I thought, man, this stuff is scary. But it'd make great Lego content, though. I can't remember. I have a viewer that's doing that, too, making a bunch of that stuff for his city or something like that. It's just cool. Especially since we got all these tans and we got bone pieces. We could do all sorts of stuff. And we're working on more stuff. Okay, let me bring the camera back down here because we're building a whole entire isolated part here that goes on the top. So bags 8, I'm going to say bags 8 through 12 is just this. And you won't be able to, and I'm just saying that you probably won't be able to see what this looks like until well after it's done. I'm just trying to find one of these. Wow, 2 parts at one time, Lego? Are we serious? I got all excited when it was 3, but... out of all the colorful bricks, we're using gray. Don't want to hear anybody complain. Jay, your builds have got way too much color in them. Well, that's why. Lego, you know you have a half round tile. What are we using 2 quarter rounds for? Or is this just a, you don't have that mold in that color yet, huh? And we got more little tiles. At least it's showing us all these at one time, not just pop one in, stop, pop another one in, stop. These must be eyes or something. Yeah, but my buddy who smokes, when he comes over, my word. I don't have to, that's like, man. When you're a non-smoker, though, you could smell that stuff. Somebody who smokes, they don't know. A lot of the women out here around my age range like smoker guys. They like, even in their 40s, they like that bad boy. Oh, those are 1x1 bricks. Well, I couldn't afford smoking anyways. I gotta buy all this plastic stuff, huh? I gotta buy all this plastic stuff just to keep me entertained. Build my dreams up here. I've dated a smoker before, and that was enough for me. This was many years ago, and nice lady. It's just she coughed a lot too. I mean, I cough a lot, but mine's due to asthma and allergies. But you know, she got offended when I said, "You need to cut that off. It makes you look kind of silly." You know? It helps me relieve my stress, and I'm like, I have a stressful job, but I don't do that. Everybody's different, though, but I don't know. It's like, yuck. And speaking of yucky, it's mostly gray parts up here. I'm really losing interest. When I was doing my Mills plate tutorials, those were getting boring as well. But I wanted to preserve the idea of what was fresh in my mind. I'm missing a plate with bow. Well, let's start pulling out all the grays. Well, let's pull out anything but the grays here. We'll put all the dark gray here until we find it. Oh, there's one. Hopefully that's all we need is one. So I knew I was going to find it eventually. No, but we need 2 of them. Isn't that cool? Let's dig for more stuff. There it is. If you don't know, just start pulling parts away. Start dividing everything by color. Ooh. I think my nail is messed up, or my thumb is messed up because I cut the nail too short down to the wick. I just need to not do that. Okay. So when I do this, bag 12 would be just putting it together. And we'll do the review. It'll be a rough review. We're not going to go detail. If you're interested in detailed reviews, you can go to my main. If you don't want to handle if you can't handle the rantingness on these, you can go to my main and watch the reviews there. These are all raw and cut, so you're not going to get. When I do the other ones, it's just I cut down all the chitter chatter and just get right into it. It's just nothing about this. It's just nothing. It's just only the set, nothing else. I can't wait to get this done. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there. We're getting close. I think that just gets connected there. And they did this. I think it's a set of eyes, but I can't tell. These are probably eyebrows. All right. I do have half round tiles in this medium stone gray. Sometimes I think Lego will add more parts to these builds just to, wow, I'm getting a bunch of parts. You open up the box, it's like just literally like 1 by 1s and 1 by 2s. Like you look at it again going, oh, it's all little stuff. It's not fun. Why don't you just tell me to stack those on top of one another and just do them as 2 inserts? So I'm wasting my data, wasting my space on my iPad, Lego. Now, somebody did ask me, I should show what my new haircut looks like when I get it done. Yeah, I may do that. I may just update my profile picture on here. I need to do that, or just use Jay the Friends doll. I was looking on Stud. None of his part wasn't. There was one part that existed on him, and that was the legs. Friends dolls are not really in high demand, but I want to see if there's something in Lego. What's that program that I use? L-Draw. See if there's anything in L-Draw that I can import over. Sometimes Stud doesn't have what you're looking for, so you got to import. And it's not too fun to import files. Sometimes they don't work correctly. I have to spend a lot of time trying to map them and stuff. That's why they don't do them, but I'll just do it anyways, just so I can have the whole thing. Because I want to be able to take a friend's head, change the expressions on it, and then use it for thumbnails. Like, oh, because I think I'm going to use Jay the Friends doll for sets like this, you know. Jay the Surf is on vacation. He doesn't want to deal with this. He's smart. He doesn't want to be building these type of sets. So where's he at? He's on vacation for a while. I don't know what the hole's for. To blow snot at you? I've used this certain bracket piece in a golf cart. No, we're filling in the hole. Yeah, doesn't look too bad, doesn't it? It's part of an upper jaw and eyes, upper skull. Oh, wait, this doesn't go here. It goes right in the middle. I know somebody's going to be tempting to put that there. The eyebrows are just kind of all over the place. That's how yours is supposed to look right there. All right. I got a whole drawer full of these bearing pieces. They're good for like attaching steering wheels for tilt wheels and stuff. So I just kind of hang on to them. I try to get them in different colors. And then just to do that. Yeah, I got to think of something I want to get done real quick. that tutorial. I may work on that this week. Take that and rotate it that way. All right, and it's like this. Oh, it goes right here. Why are you doing it like that, Lego? Why don't you just leave it like this and show me pushing it down? Unless they're trying to simulate a table effect where you're supposed to slide it on the table. Okay, now it goes on the top of this. And this camera's already getting toasty. I'll let it cool down when I get done with it. And let me see how this attaches here. The beauty about these 3D things you get to see. Okay, this is color coded for a reason here. Just lining up the yellow with the yellow. That's pretty straightforward. And how do you attach that? I'm just going to do one side at a time and just push right here. That should be fine. And the same thing for this side here, right there. And then there you go. So I think this is supposed to close up all the way here. We won't know that yet because we still got parts here we got to deal with. And I have a feeling that this is going to be a mirror here, because we still got to tie all this together. So I'm going to... Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Let's get that out of the way. I just put these on here next. And then all of a sudden, you put on tons of parts. Like they literally give you a bunch of parts. It's like sometimes they warm you up like 20 minutes and they say, okay, you're ready for 3 parts in this step. Then it probably will go back to just one single piece again. Yeah. Oh, and these 4 studs, they go inside these tubes right here. So if you don't have the manual or you don't have an axis, that's what it looks like that. Okay. And then now when you do stuff like this, do it very slow. There's no need to rush through this. You notice how I'm very careful. I'm holding on to things right here. Making sure you can see that right there. All right. And then we already built that one. Skip all that. Rotate it around. Yes, we know. We still got parts left. We haven't finished yet. But we have these. And I think that these here are meant to do that. So I'm watching the hand again from the white void. And I'm just watching the video here. Okay. I'm not loading it all up with accessories. So basically this goes up like this. Let me see here. It goes up like that. And then you have him sitting right here. I'm thinking I'm doing it right. I don't know. I'm in the mood to really watch that all over again. I may have to. So you basically set him on here. Oh, he just sits there. How does he sit on that? There we go. And you pull this out, and he rotates like that. All right, so basically, you know what? I don't even know what I did with Jay, the Friends doll. I was picking stuff up the other day, and Well, I don't want to use Jay the Surfer on this one. I don't know what I did with the Friendstall. Basically, I'll look for it when I pause this real quick here, because I gotta let the camera cool down. Basically, you pull this out and he rotates around. You're supposed to knock him in there like that or something like that. You knock him off. And then you go in here and you get this treasure chest thing. This doesn't seem like this. I don't know. This just kind of seems kind of cheesy. And then down here, you're supposed to open this up and get the loot down here. Yes, you saw my leg. And that's it. And I'm going to go ahead, let this thing cool off, then we're going to go and put it together. Okay, I'm going to take a breather there, and I'm waiting for the building guide to load up again. But essentially this is what we did for bag 12, and we have plenty of stuff here. I'm not sure if we're going to need this or not because the building guide is loading up. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to keep it at a flat 0. I'm not even going to try on this review. So we got this right here, and I think these are spares for like connecting to a starter course or other courses. I can't find my mini doll. I don't know where he went. So basically, what I'm going to do here is we're going to put this thing together, and well, I'm trying to figure out what parts go where. Oh, we're just starting off with one piece, Lego. Really, we just start with that? I've already dinged this thing down 1,000,000 points. I don't need to ding it down anymore. I thought we were putting something together. Oh, now we are in step 2. Step 1 was just set this out. Oh, well, I hope it's not that chain breaking. I'm going to do... I can't find the mini dolls. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show what it's like without any of the accessories. And then that's just it. I don't know how that's supposed to connect there. I'm going to look at the bottom. All right. It's supposed to go right here, even with this corner here. So it's 5 studs from that. And this, by all means, is not something strong. Let me go get a turntable. I'm just going to breeze through this. Well, if I can find it. I'm going to breeze through the review and just be done with it. Oh, here's all the other... Oh, I found the mini doll. Never mind. And what you just heard there is 4 Mario sets that just fell apart. Because I need this turntable bad. I don't even know if it's even going to fit on there. But guess what? When I move this, it's going to break. This is going to come apart, see? That's why it gets a flat-out failing grade. And I'm in a great mood too. I'm not in a great mood doing this all day. Like I said, you get all these cool parts that are being used for stuff like this. And you're like, okay, this fell off from something. I don't know where that went to. Jay, it seems like you're having a hard day. No, I'm not having a hard day. I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of tired of putting together incomplete sets. I've heard rumors that Lego's going to get rid of this theme, and I'm thinking it's for the best, but I need to put the legs back on this where I know it's centered inside of the turntable thing. So that's how I'm going to do it, because it's recommended that you keep this on a flat surface. And let me zoom the camera out for you here. Yeah, this thing is so monstrously big. It's absolutely just... It's big. It's big and it's fragile. Okay. And yeah, this thing just rests right on here. I think it's just meant to do this. But why would it knock that off for? You think there'd be like a hook that keeps this like this? Well, now it won't go back in. Yeah, it's just one of those piss poor designs. And let me focus this in for you here. I can't wait to get this off my workbench so I can work on a tutorial. Okay. And where I got that side on there. Okay. You do need these extra pieces. My friend has the, needs to go in another stud. My friend actually has a Bowser, the original Bowser castle. He actually had to, or the Princess castle, I can't remember. And he actually had to do a lot of modifications to it for it to be a complete build. And I was like, man, I wouldn't even have done that dedication with that. And he's heavy into video game memorabilia, so he did it. Which I tip my hat off if he could do that stuff. For me, it's like, yeah. Yeah, you'll have to pick these up a little bit and tuck things in. And we got a punching bag. So yeah, at the very end, you put all the big stuff together. That's probably why they did this in the first place. So when I go and do this, I'm going to do the thing, and then we'll just take a close-up tour of everything when we're done. And I don't think it matters which way this thing goes in. Just lift it up and stuff it in there. So here's the, if you're watching this and you're a parent, which I'm assuming you guys and gals are that watch these videos, I'm going to be honest, get one of these turntables. You can get them at like your big box stores, just any kind of turntables, like a Lazy Susan type thing. It makes things a lot easier. As you can see, I'm rotating things around. I don't have to mess with it. I'm just moving all the brick figures over. It says put the basket, but mine was included with it. Okay, so now we got to put Toad in there. I'm not going to put Toad in there. Not yet anyways. Okay, matter of fact, you do all need all these extra pieces here. Is it this side here? Oh, now I know where that black piece that fell off at. I don't know where that goes. That goes over here. I'm just going to stuff it on there all the way. All right. And this plant thing goes here. Let's see if I can slide that back just enough there. Sorry if it's not the best angle for you right now. I'm going to go ahead and just put a bunch of these guys on here now. Because what I'm going to do here is we're going to prepare for the thumbnail now. And the reason why I want to do that is so when I do this real quick, I'm going to take a snapshot. I'm not going to run through all the features because this thing is not something I want to kind of keep messing with. Bowser just sits outside. And yeah, we're not going to do the dingy stuff on here just because I'm going to save that for the main. That's one of those exceptions to the rules of the video tours that I do on here. Because shit like that falls off. You know. And I'm trying to center this up so I can rotate it without it bumping into stuff here. Because I want to, when I do the tour, I want to just do this without having to move things around. Alright, so let me get that real quick. And of course it has to fall apart. Yeah, I mean, this thing's gonna... I'll tell you what, when I'm done reviewing it, what do I do with these? Stuff like these sets like this, I just toss them right into a scrap bin. And They get recycled for other builds. So I never save this stuff here. Like this guy, I'm going to just anchor him down to something. Let me set these over here. Where does he go at? He sits right up here. I'm going to go ahead and put him up here right now. And just to get him out of the way, well, first I got to fight to get that on there. I don't want to have to mess with it. This thing here will always open up. We'll put Bowser right here. And then we'll put this toad thing right here. And I think that'll be it for my thumbnail there. Of course, I'm using the phone for audio recordings, so I'm not going to fret over it too much. And that's essentially what $109 gives us. Now I'm just going to we're going to run through the features real quick. And basically, for the audio recording that I'm doing now, this would be for tour and review. You get the front of the castle. You get this thing here, which I still never figured out why it doesn't work right. The jaw that opens and closes, that doesn't work quite right. And I think more people will be playing in here than anything else. This is where the party's at. You got this cage. Maybe this is meant to be an elevator or something. You step in and you'll lower you down or something, but this doesn't lower down. Huh. Oh yeah, it does. My bad. So this right here, just lift it up and set it up like that. It's almost like an elevator. You got a punching bag. You got this weightlifting thing. You do have some rooms in here. They're just kind of hard to get to. And we have this part here that opens up. Let's move that out of the way to reveal the plot that's going on, which is pretty cool. So I'll have to come in here and do a close-up shot on this. It means it's more dragging out. I'm going to do the figures. The accessories are all attached here, so it saves a scene. And we'll just run through this real quick here. And basically, essentially, that's what this does. This right here. You think this would open up the jaw? And this would be attached here, like that. And you would be able just to push this thing like this. No, it doesn't do that. I don't know what this thing is. This is kind of just, I don't know, it's just not good. Of course, Bowser has to topple and take a nosedive. And that's essentially what this is. And what am I looking at here? It's a one-sided castle. Well, if you want to count that, this is like stairs. So maybe it's part of a wall. It's basically a one-sided castle. And now after seeing this in person, this just, if you have the starter course, maybe with Princess and Luigi, I bet this would be fun with a bunch of kids playing with this. But just for myself, not having the starter course, it's not fun. And let's see what the video has to say. The video says start here, ding, 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 boing, boing, boing. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to skip that. We're going to close that app out because it's not worth my time. And we're going to come up with my own gameplay. And this is essentially what it is. Now, let's dive right into the review. We're going to start with play value. And, I'm going to give it a bad score regardless, but it is a playable model. Well, except for that, but well, it's playable. There's plenty of rooms to hide in. There's plenty of things to do here. So I'm sure if you have the Mario figure, this would be easy to do in terms of just plenty of stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to do. So play value, I'd say, is pretty good. Build quality, well, build quality started off okay, and this stuff started getting brittle fast. Now, this thing's not portable. You can't just pick this up and move it. You'll have to take it apart to move it. Get one of these. Something fell down. Of course, that thing did. Get a turntable, preferably one a little bigger than this, maybe something that's 24 inches, where you and your child can enjoy this without it, without risking breaking it. You saw what I did with the chain here, and I was doing the last segment of this. This thing broke apart, so these are not meant to be tugged around. You're going to have to be very careful with those. I got frustrated. I just used my own parts to re-enhance it. It looks cool. It's just this other one's fragile. I think that one might fall apart. And plenty of characters, though, and I don't have the box near me. I don't know who these guys is. I know this one here is Bowser, and then we got Toad, the Bone Goomba, the Bone Piranha Plant, or whatever it is, and I can't remember who he is. Flame something, I don't know. But it's a big build. It's just, but the quality on it is just kind of, I don't know, it just feels kind of cheap, So I'd say the build quality on this is not that good. Let's say it's average, though, to below average. Average build is you can pick it up, move it around, you'll still maybe have a piece or two come off. You can't move this. This is very brittle. Alrighty, so we already went through the play experience. The MOC potential is pretty good. There's a lot of parts that you can use for MOCs. The idea for the chains is pretty cool. Get some more of those macaroni pieces, you'd be able to make a nice chain for your tree or something to kind of decorate it. It'd be pretty cool. It would cost a lot, but I'm sure you could do that. And the roof pieces you could use for other MOCs. I mean, of course, if you really wanted to, you can expand on this set too and close it in and just make your own little castle world. It'd be pretty cool. But so it's got a lot of MOC potential. It's obviously not city drop-in ready, so I wouldn't even bother with it unless you fully complete it, but this would look out of place. Unless you're doing a Super Mario World theme park would be pretty cool. So you can actually make this into something really nice. Build experience. My build experience was miserably slow with this. It was the app. Some of this stuff kept falling apart. The build just felt dragged out. So for me, my build experience was not pleasant with this set. There were some instances where it was fun, like doing these here, the chains, before they fell apart. And maybe some of these mountainscapes, but that's it. So my build experience, something is clunking into something. Let me move that out further. So my building experience was just dragged out. It wasn't fun for an adult's perspective. Now, I'm sure that a child would probably have a blast with this, but if you're an impatient adult like myself, or somebody who just doesn't have patience building this stuff, this set is definitely not for you. And I don't know what the age range of it is. Let me see if I can find the box now, because I'm kind of curious on two things here. And the flame plant was called Mammograw or something like that. And the recommended ages is 8+. Well, I'll tell you right now, even a full-grown adult was getting frustrated with this, so I'm sure an 8-year-old probably would have the same thing, if not worse, especially with the chains. So if you have a son or daughter that gets frustrated pretty easy, you may want to be there to assist them. Collaborative build. I think bags 8 through 12 did just this. One bag did a tower, one bag did another tower, and there's a couple of bags did the accessories. I don't know because I haven't went through the build installments yet. But I'll have it listed in the description how it's broken down. I'm going to say maybe up to 3 people comfortably can build this. I think 2 recommended. 3 would be okay. I think 2 comfortably could put this set together. So, you know, just go through it, read the manual ahead of time or until I write up my notes for it. Like all these accessories, remember we did the accessories in a few bags. So one person can build just this. Another person can build the towers. And maybe a third one could build the figures and the accessories. It is possible. So, let's see my final score here. Obviously the set fell at a 0. It fell apart. It's incomplete. The only thing it has going for it is play value and it is somewhat of a collaborative build. Unfortunately, though, with everything that was going on in this, I'm just going to give it a flat out on a 0. It's incomplete. It's falling apart. It's all I'm going to say. Incomplete and falling apart. Okay. Why is it incomplete? Mario, once again, didn't show up. So we have to use J. So sorry there was no dinging noises and stuff like that. We'll save that for the final build. Why? Because it'd be easier to have fun with it, and we'll do that. But I got to do the thumbnail, so I don't want to mess this up. I got to do the thumbnail, and we'll save that for the grand finale. But for $109.99, this is essentially what you're getting. This is 1,321 bricks. And yeah, you can see it. You can see the parts going into this. It's got detail, but it's also very fragile too. So for $110, you're buying an incomplete build that's non-movable. So honestly, for me, it's not worth it. Now, the part count is pretty good. If there's pieces in it that you need to make for castles, and if you need these figures, I'm sure this would be a good gold mine. It'd be a better gold mine if it's on clearance or something. So I see this more of being a clearance item before I would purchase it. But honestly, overall, I'm happy with its outcome. It does look a bit junky, but I am happy with it. I wasn't happy with the build experience. But tell me what you guys and gals think of the set.